I'm John Kovach. I've been a newsman, a sports announcer, and a football coach, but the one constant, since I was old enough to stand next to a stream with my dad, has been fishing. I've waded rapids, stood on slick rocks, hacked through ice, and been tossed about the deck of a boat. And I want you to love fishing as much as I do, and join me on this journey. Welcome to Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop. Good Thursday afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop here on the HAN network, Thursday, January 11th. For the past few winters, the only place you could consistently find safe ice in Connecticut was in a building like this. We're at the Terry Connors rink, getting ready to cover some girls' ice hockey for the HAN network. That's changed this year, and a lot of people are excited about it. We've heard that the ice fishing gear flew off the shelves at Cabela's over the last weekend. I was at Bass Pro Saturday night. There were a number of people in there asking questions about ice fishing, buying new stuff. And we got a chance to go out with a big-time ice fisherman, Michael Jinx Jasensky, and hit Wethersfield Cove and just capture some of the action and some tips that you may need if you want to get started ice fishing. We'll have news later on in the show about a number of contests that are coming up on the ice. But right now, let's head out onto Wethersfield Cove.
If somebody's going to do this, they need to think about dressing for the cold. What would you recommend?
Just like any outdoor activity, dress in layers. I've got, a really thin pair of socks on, then a regular pair of socks, and then a pair of, loose-fitting wool socks over top of all three. The boots I'm wearing are 2,400 grams Thinsulate. I kind of have a little problem with my feet getting cold, so, I need something with a little more protection, but that combination seems to work really well. Just a light t-shirt, and then I've got a small turtleneck and a hoodie. A regular pair of jeans. Sometimes you can put, like some Under Armour, base layer type clothing. Something that's going to wick the moisture away from your body, and, so you don't sweat and get cold from the sweat. And then a good, winter suit. I've got the Tundra suit from Vexilar, which is made, specifically for ice fishing. It's got some padding in the knees, padding in the rear section, all sorts of pockets to put your tackle and, the stuff you're going to need for the day. Really, really warm. Nice, fur-lined hat, doesn't hurt at all. And a couple different pairs of gloves. The big thing is to have extras with you, so if something gets wet, you can change it. Another good idea is to have a whole complete set of dry clothes in your vehicle, in case you end up, unfortunately going through the ice or something silly like that, or, you get wet, and slush and, that type of thing. You want some dry clothes to put on for the ride home.
Obviously, you've got to cut your way through the ice to get to the fish. What are the different tools you can use?
So they make hand augers, which a lot of people will use. Strictly, it's the same blade system, and it's just got a handle on there, so you would drill through the ice that way. There's gas-powered augers, there's propane-powered augers, and then what's really becoming popular is the electric drill augers. There's various combinations. The drills will hook directly up to the auger itself. If you have an adapter, you can get a plate like this that Clam Outdoors makes, so you can mount your drill onto the plate, and then you can use whichever auger you want to use on the bottom. They come in various amounts of sizes: 4, 6, 7, 8, and 10 inch are the most popular ones. The advantage of the electric drills is obviously lightweight. It's the batteries. The batteries that we have these days, the 5 amp, 6 amp, 9 amp batteries, they'll last quite some time. through 6 inches of ice, I can get about anywhere between 50 and 70 holes.
We'll be back with more Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop, right after this.
Well, there's still
Good
a fight
Thursday
out on the
afternoon,
water.
everybody.
Most
Welcome to
anglers have
Yankee
decided
Fisherman,
to
presented
stow
by
the
the
gear for
Dock
winter.
Shop here on
Just
the
because
HAN.
Mother on the water, most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Want a new experience in car buying? No aggravation, no confrontation, just answers to all your questions. SCAP Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Car buying the way you want it to be. With one of the largest selections of new 2- and 4-door Jeep Wranglers available, we are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Family owned and operated for over 50 years. Call, click, or stop in today. Save thousands at the 2018 Auto Show event and start something new sales event. Now through January 31st.
We know it's your busy season, and that's why Walter Stewart's Market is here to make things easy by offering the best of autumn under one roof. Walter Stewart's Market is your local one-stop fall shop. There are so many seasonal flavors to savor, and Stewart's has them all. From Blue Jay Orchard's local cider donuts to Vermont Farmstead cheddar and all of your favorite varieties of local apples and pears. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, and find us at stewartsmarket.com.
At Galt, we always put you first. As your full-service home heating partner, we provide expert delivery, installation, and maintenance for all your heating needs with knowledgeable, friendly professionals that give you peace of mind 24/7. Galt Family Companies, you first since 1863.
If you've ever thought about owning a motor coach or learning about what it's like to travel the open road in superior style and comfort, then contact Dave's RV Center in Danbury, Connecticut. Offering the best quality Class A motorhomes from Newmar, travel trailers and fifth wheel lines from Surveyor, and a toy hauler line from Work and Play. Choose from Newmar's Gas Line, Baystar and Canyon Star, or from Newmar's Diesel Line, Ventana and Dutch Star. And with unparalleled service and maintenance, Dave's RV is committed to keeping you and your motor coach safely on the road and enjoying it to the fullest. Stop by their showroom, 2 Industrial Plaza Road, Danbury, Connecticut, or call 877-483-3866.
Had a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Orthopedics Walk-In Urgent Care gives you direct access to orthopedic specialists fast without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Orthopedics Walk-In Urgent Care can help. Open 7 days a week now at 3 locations. The iPark Building at 761 Main Avenue, Norwalk, 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien, or in the Westport Medical Center at 323 Riverside Avenue, Westport. Go to coastalorthoct.com. Like them on Facebook.
Welcome back to Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop this Thursday, January 11th. John Kovach with you. Let's go back out on Wethersfield Cove and pick up the hard water action with Michael Jinx Jasensky.
I dropped the first bait down there, and they came right in instantly and hit it.
So
and
that's a pretty good sign.
And then they wouldn't touch it. So I switched tactics, and that was it. So it's time to move. So that's a good sign, like you just said. That's a great sign that I just got that fish right there. So this is it's called a flasher. It's made by a company called Vexlar, and what it does is it shows you the water column in real time. So you can see your bait or your lure as you're dropping it down. You can see the bottom. You can tell how hard the bottom composition is just by the signal that's produced. So a longer signal, sort of with like a tail trailing off, would be a soft bottom. And then a thinner signal at the bottom would be a hard bottom, because the signal can't travel that far. You can see the fish. You can see kind of like the mood of the fish. You can, move your bait up or down in the water column depending on where they are. So if you're fishing in 10 feet of water like we are, and you're a foot off the bottom and you see a fish cruise through, 4, 5, 6 feet down, you can quickly raise your line up and get in front of that fish or just above it, and hopefully entice them to bite your offer.
So this is replace the let your line go slack, let your line go, let it drop to the bottom.
And here comes a fish now. So I just did that. I'm watching them. Actually, there's 5 or 6 fish coming up to my bait right now. So I'm gonna, and then you hit them like that. It's kind of like a video game. Oh, there we go. A small yellow perch. But, like I said, there was nothing on the screen when I first dropped down there. And I can now still see that there's actually more fish down there right now. So I should really try and get this out of here. And
perch are one that will school up, and if you catch one, you can catch 30.
Oh yeah, correct. Yep. So this is a nice little yellow perch. You know, not too awful big. Definitely would be probably considered an eater size. So you can get quite a bit of meat off of these, but I like to let a lot of them go. And then again, with this flasher, I watched that whole thing happen, and so did everybody else. And I can still tell that there's a few fish down there. And then, well, my jig's a little messed up here, so hold on. No,
that's a jig with a plastic hook to the end?
Yeah, so our jigs these days are made out of tungsten, which is a very dense, heavy metal. And what that allows you to do, it allows you to drop down through a little bit of slush that's in the hole. It allows you to get back down to those fish a lot quicker, but it allows you to use a smaller offering that's the same weight as a conventional larger lead jig would be. And so what that does is sometimes if the fish are a little on the negative side and they don't want to eat something large, a lot of times you can get them to bite something, you know, a little bit smaller. And this allows you to fish deeper water and get down there faster by using the tungsten. Also, there's some states that don't allow lead.
I believe Massachusetts is one of them.
I believe it's Massachusetts, and is one of them. Oh, there comes a fish now, and there he is right there. So that offers another alternative. You know, for so this one's fighting kind of nice. Oh, it's a white perch. All right, we're gonna do a multi-species show here. This is
two fish. You're almost to the slam.
Yeah, what we had before was called a yellow perch, and this one here is called a white perch. So you can see the difference. It's pretty obvious. If I can hold on to them. These are also very good eating and a lot of fun to catch. So you can see that guy there. Nice little yellow, or nice little white perch there. All right, and it's also very important when it's cold out like it is, we're in single digits, very important to get those fish back in the water because those fins and their eyeballs will freeze up. Now that guy stole my plastic, so I do have to re-rig. I like to use some sort of a search lure, try and get the aggressive ones and then go from there. As you said, the bottom just got noisy.
This is a sonar, radar-based system?
Well, it's not radar, yeah, it's sonar.
Sonar?
Yep. Transducer shoots a signal which bounces off the bottom or off the fish or off your lure and everything in between, and then comes back up, and that's how it determines the depth and gives you the data.
You can use these off a boat as well?
You can, yep. Not so much for vertical jigging because the boat's moving, your line's moving and that type of thing. But yes, I use it on the front of my boat. Now you see how this is like a thick red line,
Yeah.
and then it trails down into like oranges and greens?
Yes.
That means we're in a soft bottom. It's soft, silty, muddy, whatever. If the bottom was only like, say, that red part there,
Yeah.
then that would be a hard bottom.
Okay.
Either rock or clay or something, that the signal can't travel too far into. So, oh, there's a good fish right there. As I was sitting there talking to you, he came right over and looked at it, and then he disappeared. So a lot of times what you can do is, especially if you're fishing a hump or something, the wave action, boats, all that stuff will wash the silt and light debris down off the top, and it'll settle at the bottom. And where all that settles is where all the aquatic insects and stuff live. So you can actually determine what part of the hump is got the thickest, softest area, and that should hold all your bugs and whatnot. Yeah, that fish came right in and looked at it, and then I don't know what it is. It's just, I don't know. It's definitely nice being out in a boat when it's 70 degrees out and you're wearing shorts and a t-shirt and catching big fish and stuff like that. It's all well and good, but there's just something about playing this stupid video game with these fish.
We'll be back with more Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop, right after this. Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Voted best gourmet to go in Fairfield County, Palmer's extensive menu offers everything you'll need to make your next event easy and delicious. Whether you're hosting a small get-together or planning a large celebration, they've got you covered breakfast through dessert. Order online at palmersdarien.com or call 203-655-2077.
Yeah, Dad.
Kyle, I need you to update the financial statements.
I took care of that yesterday, Dad.
Mac, I need you to get those deals approved.
They're all done, Mr. Miller.
Jeff, I need you to order lunch for the meeting. They can't do a thing without me.
Right now, lease a 2017 Sentra S for only $97 a month.
I'm never going to retire.
UK Gourmet is the largest specialty grocer in the area, featuring food from England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. Over 80 teas to choose from and a brilliant assortment of biscuits to go with them. Over 70 cheeses from grass-fed cows, which makes a smashing difference in taste. The creamiest chocolate you'll ever taste using no artificial colors or preservatives. So say hooray for UK Gourmet, 78 Stony Hill Road in Bethel, or visit ukgourmet.us.
Dr. Stephen Molinaro and Peter Healy of Family Practice Dentistry and Laser Dental Care have served Ridgefield for over 22 years. Experienced staff offer gentle drillless techniques, preventative care, and cosmetic procedures in a relaxed environment. Grateful for the community's trust and support through the years, new patients and their families are welcome. Call today.
Welcome back to Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop. This Thursday, January 11th. I want to thank Jinx, Adrian Pinos. Great day out on the water. Really had a blast on Sunday. If you dress properly, even on a day as cold as Sunday, it's not bad. I was layered and may as well have been in the 40s or 50s for as cold as it was. We're out there for the better part of 7-8 hours and did quite well.
actually fishing. So really had a good time. Last week we did a lot featuring the benefit ice fishing derby for the Riverton Children's Trout Derby. That ice fishing derby, which was scheduled for this weekend, is now on hold. It's been delayed. We will let you know if that is rescheduled. So pay attention to Facebook and pay attention to our show to know if that's going to be rescheduled. The ice fishing derby featured last week to benefit the Riverton Children's Trout Derby. They will be doing the other events that are profiled in last week's show. Now, if you want to get into ice fishing, the DEEP, through the CARE program, offers a number of classes. There is a link that you can find. It is, if you click on the link to today's show, HAN.network shows, drag down to Yankee Fisherman. This will be the first one you come to. But there's a class on January 17th in New Haven. There's a class January 20th in Farmington. There's a class January 24th in West Hartford. There's a class in Coventry on January 27th. Also one in Litchfield that same day. Class in Ansonia at the Armory January 30th. And a class February 10th in Killingworth. All of that information on the DEEP site, and there is a link to it. Be careful where you go, and there is, you have to be careful. You have to be safe out there when getting out on the ice. The DEEP has posted online several places a minimum thickness chart that is from the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources. 4 inches really the minimum. I like more than that. If you're going to walk on, if you're going to take a vehicle such as a snowmobile, 5 to 7 inches, and just be careful, pay attention. And we're going to talk more about safety on that. We talked about it back in the audio only days when we had Jinx on. Ice fishing derby coming up. Tim Fish from Wolcott Bait and Tackle had the info on these. There is, it's the Connecticut Bass Men's Ice Fishing Derby. There is one set for January 28th, and there is one set for February 25th. There's more info on that on Facebook. And if you are tempted to go on the reservoirs, Aquarian Water Company just issued a warning not to trespass. They have seen people walking on the properties. They want to remind people it's illegal to be on Aquarian Reservoir property, and it is dangerous. They caution that the ice may not be reliable due to shifting water levels. Again, they do draw down thermal undercurrents. So Aquarian is reminding you to stay off of their reservoirs. And then the big event coming up, you have the DEEP's 12th annual Winter Festival. That's going to be at Burr Pond State Park. That's free, kid-friendly, no registration required. It's 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on February 3rd. They'll have demos there. They'll have a DEEP NCON K9, ice fishing, fish fry, ice safety, search and rescue dogs. Just a fun day there. More information is at the DEEP website. That's at Burr Pond in Torrington. And Fishing CT has its big ice fishing derby coming up. There's information on the Fishing Northeast page and the Fishing CT page. If you want to stay inside, there's a lot of fly fishing stuff coming up. You've got the fly fishing show coming up January 19th through 21st there in Marlborough, Massachusetts. January 26th through 28th in Edison, New Jersey. That's the one I will probably get on. We'll be talking a little bit about that in the coming weeks. The Connecticut Fly Fishermen's Association is having its expo on February 3rd, and that's going to be followed by the banquet that same night. They're both at Meneely's. The seminars were just announced today before we went on the air. Captain Ray Stachek of Cast-A-Fly Charters Make Sense of Color. Jen Ripple, who is the editor-in-chief of Dunn Magazine, she's going to talk about Great Lakes steelheads in Michigan, and she's also going to be the keynote speaker at the banquet that night. And Rob Nicholas of Housatonic Anglers is going to talk about fly fishing in Patagonia, Chile, and Argentina. The CFFA has all of that information readily available. If you're preparing for trout season, the DEEP has a survey that they have put out on Facebook and their website. Good idea to take it and have some input. There's also some sea bass hearings going on. There is one next Thursday. Should be information at the DEEP site. TU chapter's getting busy. On the 16th, Thames Valley TU will get a primer on Yellowstone backcountry fly fishing with Thomas Baranowski, info at tvtu.org. They're also going to start up their fly tying classes this winter. Class dates are the 13th, 20th, 27th, February 3rd and 10th. tvtu.org for information on that upcoming meeting and the fly tying classes. Candlewood Valley TU is starting a new tradition. They've done this up in Boston as a fundraiser. It's called Barflies Fly Tying Event. This is going to be at the Meeting House Pub in Bethel on Saturday, January 20th, noon to 3 p.m. Information at cvtu.org. This weekend, if you're into surf fishing, you've got Striper Day at Hofstra, sponsored by Surfcasters Journal. That is 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Information at striperday.com. And the Connecticut Surfcasters Association is going to have its demo day January 20th at Clinton Town Hall, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's always a great event, and I plan to be back there this year. If you still have a live Christmas tree that you're looking to get rid of and want to make a difference in the environment, Mianus TU is collecting the trees. It has to be a live tree, stripped of all ornaments, etc. They're collecting at Merwin Meadows in Wilton, and this goes to build Habitat for Trout, project that we're going to have extensive coverage of coming up as they do it. You can drop trees off from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday the 13th at Merwin Meadows in Wilton. And Real Fishing Northeast has set a date for the benefit for the Owen Strong, for the Hanachak family, and that is going to be March 25th from noon to 8 p.m. in Meriden. We'll have more on that on upcoming issues. So plenty to do inside, plenty to do outside if you want to take up ice fishing. If you do, be safe. If you get out there, tight lines.